am pleased to introduce Paulo Cunha, who is the CEO and CTO of Velocidi.
Hi everyone. Thank you for that. Well, I'd like to start by thanking ICOM for the opportunity. It's a real pleasure to be here. My name is Paulo. I am the CEO of Velocidi. We think of ourselves as the lean CDP. CDP standing for Customer Data Platform. We work with brands and retailers to sort their data out and be able to turn it into profit. I've been working in the industry for quite a while. Some of you may know from my previous roles at Axiom and Wonderloop, where we helped to build marketing technology products. And the fascinating thing is the core problems haven't really changed in the last 10 or 15 years in that regard. And it all starts by thinking of the solution as let's all put all our customer data together in one place and by some magical way, good things will be coming out of it. And they solely do, because you need a plan, right? Leadership needs to come with a data strategy. Martin needs to know what they're going to do with it, what kind of audiences are going to create out of it, and what should they expect from each one of them. And IT inevitably needs to be convinced that all the operations they're going to do are actually worthwhile, right? And most recently, there's privacy to be taken into account. What can you not do? What kind of data? And especially, what can you share with the third parties that are out there to be able to make, in turn, turn that into ROI? And this is very complicated. And traditionally, and if you remember DMPs, and some of them still out there, most of the time you didn't even get to ROI. And when you did, it was at least 12 to 24 months to get there. So we thought there has to be a better way of doing the whole thing, right? Maybe if we start to think about how do we make money first, maybe everything else can be designed more efficiently. So that's what Velocidi has done. We have built a platform that actually starts with ROI. We designed it so that from the first month, brands, especially in the e-commerce space, will be profitable out of it. So how does that work? We created machine learning models that understand the consumer behavior on everyone's website for each individual brand separately, and splits it out into automated audiences that are ready to use by the marketing teams. So what this creates is a 1-month ROI as opposed to 24-month ROI. It also creates an interesting opportunity for brands and larger groups, and I know some of you here today, instead of thinking that it has to be a group-wide strategy before anything gets done, perhaps it can be done individual brands first, and then look at what works and actually create the strategy going forward. So that's why we call it the lean CDP. It's really similar to what the lean startup philosophy is. To get more into the weeds of how do we actually work, got an example with Fig Leaves, UK retailer, primarily online. Within the first days, they were getting data collected using the platform. Within the first few weeks, audiences were being generated. And within the first months, those audiences were being shared with their marketing platforms like Google and Facebook. And they were seeing 24% increase in sales from those campaigns. And that's what we're all about. How many more sales are the brands going to be getting because they went through this specific initial effort? As we build this up from the first initial use case, we have 15 pre-built strategies that work and have been proven to work for e-commerce brands that will help them sell more, and they're ready to use by the marketers. And this is very important. It goes from better prospecting, so selecting better seeds for Google and Facebook and other lookalike models, all the way down to when should we reactivate those consumers who are no longer an actual customer, but without having to do any work. This is all done for the marketers, and it's for all teams. It works in social and display, and social and display teams have their own set of strategies and audiences, and email have them, and search as well. So everyone has something in it for them. So you get everyone together supporting the initiative. Most importantly, one of the key differentiators that we have is this platform is building true first-party cookies. The third-party cookies are gone, but this is a future-proof solution, so you can still leverage the traffic that comes on individual brands' websites. All the data is hosted in isolation, and sometimes in the brand's own property, so own infrastructure. So this complies with GDPR, CCPA, and all the other privacy regulations. There's no impact or very little disruption into how things work already to get our customer data platform in place. So IT feels safe. They're not going to do this whole data integration thing and wait for whatever outcome will be in 12 months. Marketing gets audience segments within a couple of weeks, and leadership kind of gets a blueprint for what their data strategy can be and proven results along the way instead of trying to create the whole plan before putting it into action. We like to see ourselves as, in that regard, as we're to the CDPs and the data marketplaces as Tesla is to the automotive industry. We turn everything in autopilot. And so how does that work? How long does it take? Usually it's about a day to get the initial data being collected on a brand's website, and that's all done there from data collection perspective. We don't go and ask for all the other bits of data at that initial point. Automated models are being created and in a couple of weeks being exported and sent in real time to the destinations like marketing platforms, and campaigns are running within the first month and showing results in up to 8 weeks. That's how fast it goes. And because of this focus, we've been awarded already some interesting awards like the best customer data platform last year at DigiDay, best overall conversion optimization solution, but of course it's the ICOM award we're really eager to get. For those of you who don't know how a CDP or data management platform works underneath the hood, it's pretty simple. Data is being collected on the websites, apps, CRMs, all of those locations being sent to a location centrally. In our case, this is the brand's own location. And then selective segments are activated to the destinations. Our differentiating factor here is that we're not just a platform here. We come with a pre-built strategy and ready to use audiences for the brands to bootstrap their audience data strategy. So that was Velocidi. Thank you very much for listening. It's a very pleasure to be here.